What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue with a quick little video. This one's a tie-in to my Ineffable Truth video I just posted this Friday. So, I decided to not be a hypocrite, because I only had one Ineffable Truth, and I was like, you know what? I want to see what happens if you have more. So, instead of holding off on buying Twilight Devastation Rank 3 and getting rid of this 415 ring, I decided, you know what? I'm going to see what exactly would happen if you did have a bunch of them. At least as an Outlaw Rogue. I can't speak for every class just because I don't have that many Echoes of Nyaloth on all my other characters. So, I decided I would try a different build than normal. Normally, let me switch to it. Normally I run pretty standard stuff. I run Strike Through, because Outlaw has a lot of crit damage, especially with Blood of the Enemy. Unjoint Caress, because it's brokenly good. Twilight Devastation Rank 3, because Outlaw doesn't have that many good corruptions other than Unjoint Caress's Lash of the Void, which you can only get on fist weapons from Raw Den. So, Twilight Devastation is, basically. So, instead, I decided to get 2 more Ineffable Truths. So I have 3 rank 1 Ineffable Truths, which brings me to 90% cooldown recovery every time it procs. So, my main goal for this was to see how often I could get Adrenaline Rush and Blade Flurry off cooldown. And it wasn't really to do a lot more damage than my other build, but it ended up doing more. Not much more, so there's room for error, especially with Roll the Bones and Twilight Devastation procs, which actually my other build did more damage with Twilight Devastation than this Ineffable Truth build did, so take that as you will. So, I did this over the course of 12 minutes for each fight. I have pictures of the original one, so I have pictures of the duration of buffs and damage and all that, so I'll post it on the screen at some point when I'm talking about it. But it started out with a total of 94.65 million damage in the 12-minute timer. 4 minutes and 20 seconds of uptime of Adrenaline Rush, which equates to 13 Adrenaline Rushes because it's 20 seconds for each time you cast Adrenaline Rush. 7 minutes, 28 seconds uptime on Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry lasts 15 seconds, so it was probably 30 casts because you obviously can't have 2 seconds of Blade Flurry. It was probably a 13 seconds with 2 seconds left that I just vanished at the end of the fight or something like that happened. So in comparison, this Ineffable Truth build did 98 million.12 over the course of the 12-minute fight. And it was exactly 12 minutes as well, because my buff uptime for Alacrity was 11 minutes 56 seconds. So basically as soon as I could use combo points, which is a few GCDs in. So 98 million.12 damage over the course of the same time period. 22 procs of Ineffable Truth, which equates to 1.833 repeating procs per minute, which is pretty good since the corruption says it should only proc approximately 1 time a minute. I think it's mainly due to the Adrenaline Rushes increasing haste, increasing the amount of times you can do abilities. So, I'm not a super theory crafter, that's just my assumption. So, Adrenaline Rush uptime was 18.75% higher, because it was 5 minutes and 20 seconds instead of 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So that's an extra 3 in the same time period. So, pretty good. That also obviously reduces the cooldown of all your other moves, because the more combo points you can spend, the faster you get your other finishers off and all that. So, not bad. Blade Flurry uptime was 8 minutes and 37 seconds, in comparison to 7 minutes and 28 seconds. So, 34 casts versus 30, so an extra 4 casts of Blade Flurry, and equates to almost 12%. It's like 11.76% uptime increase. So, pretty good. I was hoping it'd be a little higher, but that's still pretty good. The rotation felt a lot better, which is kind of cool. Anything that improves playstyle or performance is always nice. Interesting thing I found, though, which I didn't expect to see, is my Force Multiplier main hand enchant procced 25.76% more with the Ineffable Truth build than it did with my Strike Through build. Kind of weird. I kind of just equate that to it procced more because there were more Adrenaline Rushes, so there was more attack speed and more abilities being cast during that time, so that's kind of a nice side effect. I didn't expect that, honestly. So the fact that this build, which on paper shouldn't do more damage, because Ineffable Truth is quite a bit lower in DPS per corruption for Outlaw, especially for Hectic Adcleave, because I did all of this on these 4 target dummies right down here in Zuldazar, right in the Royal Armory. So, nice 4-target cleave, stayed on the same target the whole time. So, take that as you will. I have yet to test it in a dungeon, which is probably the next thing I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll make a video of that one. I might. If I do, then I'll definitely post it for you guys. So again, it goes to show you, sometimes you don't have to just see what's on paper and say, oh, that's better because it's higher number. This might work out better. I might end up running 3 Ineffable Truths all the time, or at least 2, because if I run 2, I'd be under 40 corruption. So I'd save myself a lot of headache from dealing with the thing from beyond, and probably not lose that much damage. So, we'll see. Anyways, I hope that was interesting for you guys. It was kind of just something I threw together really quick while I was working on another video, and I just happened to give it a shot. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. This is the Red Rogue. See you around.